I do want to switch gears here for a minute because
Sure.
start talking about Trump. So let's talk about Trump, right? Okay.
One tyrant to another, sure.
In the last was it probably 13 days? Okay, four major legal, I guess you would call them, defeats for Donald Trump. First, he gets dumped by Mazars. As the Mazars news is breaking, the judge in D.C. says that the Trump kids are getting added back into the lawsuit. Then, of course, later in the week, you got the judge in New York that says, hey, guess what? You all have to go and sit down with the investigators. And then, of course, the Supreme Court telling Donald Trump officially, you don't get executive privilege anymore. So,
On an 8-1 decision,
yeah,
let's make clear. He's got 6 right wingers on there. I'm guessing Clarence Thomas was the one who went along with him because let's be honest. But he's got 6 right wingers, and he can only manage 16% of the right wing nut caucus in the Supreme Court to side with him on that.
So yeah, so you got four very big developing stories that even I try to remain skeptical and not get optimistic, but even after seeing all that, I was like, oh man, things are moving forward fast. And then of course, Wednesday afternoon, the bomb drops, not just in Ukraine, but it dropped from the prosecutors in New York who abruptly resigned because apparently Alvin Bragg, the new DA, they don't think he's taking this seriously and pretty much acting like he doesn't want this thing to go any further. They haven't interviewed anybody in front of the grand jury in over a month, and they say he's stalled us out basically. To distill what they said, he's stalled us out with this investigation. Right. So that's a pretty horrible development after pretty much a week of great news. Maybe there's accountability, only to find that, oh wow, this big investigation has effectively crapped out.
Yeah, I don't know what he thinks he's doing. And again, this stuff should be done because it's right. It should be done because we believe in the rule of law, because we believe in our Constitution, we believe in democracy and fair play and all of this. Sadly, there are a lot of other reasons things happen in the real world. Sometimes the right things happen for the wrong reasons. And I would have thought Bragg, wanting to keep support from New York City, from Democrats, from whoever in the city is overwhelmingly Democratic, would realize that that's his political obituary if he does that. Apparently, he's too stupid to get that. Luckily, we've been watching the Attorney General in New York, who we know has higher aspirations to run for governor and other things, who has been on this, aggressive, out there talking, all the stuff that I wish Merrick Garland were doing more of. She's been out there and doing this, and the truth is, again, any one of these investigations can destroy the Trump family and put them away for life. Yeah. And so the fact that we have Letitia James, at least, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Alvin Bragg. We should be calling him out constantly and making sure that he's replaced as soon as possible. But I will say the reason why I've never felt fully confident in Merrick Garland either, that what I felt confident in is the New York AG's office. And so that is where I'm still kind of, and a little side one, that investigation going on in Atlanta and Fulton County, yeah. That also seems to be an aggressive one, and one where again, Democrats, by parochial politics, you want to win a Democratic primary, letting Trump off the hook is not a good way to do that. Making sure you're a hero in a Democratic primary would be prosecuting Donald Trump. And so again, I wish I want it to happen for the right reasons, and I'd like to believe that Letitia James is doing it for the right reasons also. But even if she's doing it for the wrong reasons, to make sure that she's she cannot be defeated in a primary for governor in 4 years, fine. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. So I'm pissed at Bragg, but I still think we've got a great chance at justice. I don't let myself get overconfident, just the way you said you don't. And I think that because of the fact that she's sitting there in the AG's office.
Well, and it's hard to not, I know, look, everybody's innocent until proven guilty, right? But Mazars came out, or the news of Mazars came out last week, where they said, listen, everything he's given us for at least the last 10 years is bullshit.
I know, they're like, we will no longer put our reputation behind what he handed us.
So it's very difficult to think that, okay, if you're investigating for bank fraud and tax fraud, the group that is preparing his financial statements says, these are not reliable. That's, their words, not reliable. I mean,
And
that's
that was
like,
the work of Letitia James again.
yeah,
It was
and that's
her work that got that to happen.
to get this full interview and access to the complete Ring of Fire podcast archives. Sign up at rofpodcast.com and become a member.